ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ 8 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ, ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਥਰਸਡੇ ਰਾਤ 10 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 11 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ, ਅਤੇ ਸੈਟਰਡੇ ਨੂੰ 2 ਵਾਰੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਦੁਪਹਿਰ 2 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 3 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਅਤੇ ਰਾਤ 8 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਜੂਕੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇਨਫੋਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਪਾਰਟ ਹੋ ਸਕੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੇਰਨ ਬ੍ਰਿਸਟਨ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਐਗਜ਼ੈਕਟਿਵ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਹਨ ਲਿਵ ਇਨ ਓਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਇਹ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਜਾਗਰੂਕਤਾ ਲਿਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ ਓਸ਼ਨਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਤਨਾ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। Let's welcome Karen to the program and ask her, what is this organization trying to create awareness regarding the oceans? Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Harpreet.
So a little bit about Living Oceans. What is this organization?
We're a non-profit that started about 14 years ago in a little fishing village in northern BC called Sointula.
Okay.
It's on Malcolm Island, just off Port McNeill. We were formed there because we have a commitment to communities and their relationship to the ocean. So
Right.
when we look at environment and when we look at protecting the ocean, we look at incorporating all the human uses of the ocean as well in the
Right.
work that we do.
Okay. So what is the threat right now to the oceans you feel? Because this organization is trying to create awareness. So what are you finding in the oceans which is changing over the years?
Well, one of the main threats here on the BC coast is, of course, the plans by the federal government to ship oil along the coast.
Right.
We've never had these big super tankers going up and down our coasts, and in fact, we've believed we've had a moratorium for all these years on tanker traffic. And the thought that we might now have some of the largest tankers that are made in the world going up and down the coast gives us real concern for the vitality of the communities along the coast, for the fisheries, the tourism. There are a lot of implications if there's a spill.
Okay, so if there is a spill, that's the word which you use, but otherwise with this traffic increasing, what do you think, what changes will come to these areas?
The main thing that we're concerned about that we know will happen, I shouldn't say the main thing, one of the things that will happen is from the regular day-to-day business of trafficking oil back and forth. You get a small amount of oil spilling into the ocean. It's inevitable.
Right.
And so in the areas around the Kitimat terminal and here in the lower mainland, the Westridge terminal, you'll get an increasing amount of pollution, chronic pollution in the area of the terminals.
Okay.
And that's going to have really damaging effects on the small life, first of all, the plankton in the ocean, and then it's going to move on up through the food chain.
Right.
Oil's very, very toxic, and it's damaging to all marine life.
Right. But then on the other hand, what we are finding is as the population is growing, so are the needs also growing. So
Yes.
what needs to be done? Is there an alternative which you think can be adopted by the government so that even the needs are met and also the oceans are also saved?
What we really need to look at is a policy for all of Canada, an energy policy for all of Canada. Alberta hates to hear this, but it's really the only answer. Because most people don't realize we're importing half of the oil that we use in Canada.
Right.
And we're importing it from the Middle East primarily, which from time to time, like right now, gets very unstable and certainly an iffy proposition for import. If we're going to exploit the tar sands, and it appears we're going to,
Yeah.
my recipe for using them would be refine them here. Moving the raw bitumen is a very, very dangerous proposition, as the people at the Kalamazoo River in Michigan now know.
Right.
So refine it here, turn it into the kind of products we need, and take care of Canada's energy needs first.
And what do you think about, like you mentioned, about the plankton being affected and the marine life over if this traffic increases, but what effect it can have on the human health also?
That's an even bigger issue, especially here in Vancouver and the Lower Mainland, where the Kinder Morgan pipeline runs right through people's backyards, under schools, through golf courses. The effects of a rupture in the pipeline here could be extremely dangerous for human health. There's a lot of literature that's been written about this, and it seems that it's mostly effects like asthma, other kinds of breathing disorders that come about after exposure, even
Right.
short-term exposure to these toxic crude oils. They can cause seizures, neurological problems.
Right.
We're researching this right now to try and get a handle on just how much exposure is likely to cause symptoms
Right.
like this. But it's clear that in people who are vulnerable, who already have asthma or may have heart conditions or
Right.
some neurological condition, even a short exposure can be very dangerous.
Okay, and where you have found that these pipelines have been set up and over there where the traffic has increased, what you are talking about the effect on the human health. So are these things proved over there that because of the increase in the traffic and these pipelines, oil spillage, there has been a problem to the people also?
We can find problems occurring in places where there are refineries, for sure.
Right.
So around Richmond, California, there's a population that's particularly at risk. They live close by.
Right.
The levels of the more volatile hydrocarbons, the ones that evaporate easily, are very high in their homes.
Okay.
And they have a lot of chronic disease that
Right.
appears to be related to exposure to oil. It's difficult because all government authorities seem to want to kind of keep this quiet and not panic people. I mean, we need oil, it's everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Pipelines traverse our cities and they're so close to human
Right.
populations. But people need to be warned, I think. They need to know that they have a pipeline running under their house and what to do in the event that it does rupture.
Right.
It's not as if it doesn't happen. It happened here in 2007 when
Right.
there was an accident and the Kinder Morgan pipeline was struck
That's right.
and spewed oil all over 11 houses.
Right.
So it's important that we know where these things are and that we have a plan for dealing with them.
Okay. Let's talk in general about the oceans as such. With the increased traffic in the oceans and the wastage which is going into the oceans, what impact is that having?
Well, right now, the impact is quite minimal. Here in Vancouver, for example, the Kinder Morgan terminal fills somewhere between 70 and 90 oil tankers every year, and they're relatively small tankers.
Right.
What they're talking about doing, though, is putting in another whole pipeline that
Right.
will more than double their capacity, and they'll have somewhere between 200 and 300 tankers coming
Okay.
by. If you add those to the other kinds of traffic that are already here, there's all kinds of container ships that we see out in the harbor every day,
Right.
pleasure craft coming back and forth. It's a very busy harbor. You increase the danger of a strike, a ship strike, by exponential amounts. It's not just, the risk does not increase just in terms of the numbers, the absolute
Okay.
numbers. It's an exponentially greater risk that we face. So
Right.
what we're concerned about is that one of these ships, one of these days, is going to release a large amount of oil. And then we have concerns for both human health in the
Right.
city and for marine life. Some of the material that's mixed into the bitumen that comes from the tar sands is so immediately poisonous
Right.
that you can expect the wildlife that comes in contact with it to die instantly.
Okay.
If people come in contact with it, very, very serious illness
Right.
in the initial stages. There are chemicals, particularly toluene and benzene, in this particular mix of bitumen that they're bringing in
Right.
that are human carcinogens, and they can cause some really acute symptoms
Okay.
immediately.
We'll continue with the discussion. Let's take a small break. ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਈ ਕੈਰਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਓਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਐਗਜ਼ੀਕਟਿਵ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਹਨ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪਾਈਪਲਾਈਨਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੀਆਂ, ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬੜੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਰੈਪਰਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰੀਨ ਲਾਈਫ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜਨਤਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਉਠਾਇਆ ਪੈ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੁਚੇਤ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਾਈਪਲਾਈਨਸ ਵਧਣਗੀਆਂ ਉਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕ ਵਧੇਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੁਗਤਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ। ਇਸ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਕੇ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੋਕੀ ਜੋ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬੁਲੰਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ।